Next guest accuses Senator Schumer of a political tantrum in favor of open borders. Fox News contributor Tammy Bruce wants to expand on that. So when the president said it's going to be my shutdown, I'll take credit for it, no one else will. Is he?
I think what he was referring to at that point, and I don't want to get into the mind of the president here, but it's clear that he campaigned on this. Congress knew what he wanted. They know why he was elected. This is something that Congress has voted for before. They've all articulated that border security is important, that barriers work. The American people in every poll say they want border security to be stronger. This is a no-brainer. So here you've got, and so the president is saying, look, I'm standing up for this, right? At the same time, they're blaming the new guy. We've had shutdowns before. These people in Congress have been in there for decades. So there's one constant, and it's people like Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell and people from both sides. And yet they're all pointing a finger at the new guy. So we can look at this. We know, and of course, the difference here, I think, and why they're being so aggressive on this, Congress, is because they know President Trump will get it done. People say, oh, they voted for this before. But it never really happened, did it? They know now there's a man of action in the White House, and this is what frightens them.
A couple of things. Do you believe that the president's getting credit for? He was called out by Nancy Pelosi. He says, you don't have the votes. You don't have the votes in the House. He got the votes in the House, and they got it, and they got it quick. And all the people just glazed over that. So then they put it back on the Senate. So now it's on the Senate. The conventional thought is if you wait till January 3rd, Nancy Pelosi's in charge, she'll get nothing. However, does Nancy Pelosi have a way out?
Well, I think that there's a lot of things that the Democrats want. This is what's interesting. Leading up to this, the president signed the criminal justice reform bill and the farm bill as well. He's been working with, and his White House has been working with Democrats on getting things that have mattered to them. They actually could, and if the Democrats were interested in governing, which they never are, this is the president they can work with. And so I think that there's things that he can use. I mean, he's a master negotiator. We should expect that. And I've mentioned this before. The president does well with a foil. He does well when he needs to negotiate. He will do very well in this new environment. But Americans are going to find out that the Democrats are not serious, and they haven't been serious for quite some time.
You think this is all about messaging for 2020?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this continuing resolution is hundreds of billions of dollars. The $5 billion is nothing in comparison. This is all politics right now. It's like they're all peacocks, and they're wandering around. They're not thinking about the people's lives that are at stake, both from South and Central America moving through this chaos, and then for American families. They care about being on television. They care about the nature of the signaling to their base, the hard end of their base. And this is what they've always done, and this is why Donald Trump's president.
And Tammy, here's why you're right. Chuck Schumer said as much last Sunday when he said this is going to be a good issue for us in 2020.
Exactly.
Really?
That's all they see it as.
Get to work.
They've lost touch with the fact that these are real people's lives in a real country that matters.
She is Tammy Bruce. Have a great Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.